Hello and welcome to Note There's Only Trash Here podcast, episode 52. The date today is the 4th of May 2014. So joining me as always is the vibrant MrMuckluckable.
Hello.
And returning as a guest is ProtoMario.
I didn't know you were a rapper, Tom.
I am a rapper, I'm a word linguist.
The 4th of May is today.
Yeah.
Hey.
May the 4th. Ha.
Baby.
Have you seen those films?
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Okay, so one thing I want to ask you, Proto, before we get into the news. Last time you were on, you were complaining about Doppelganger ProtoMario.
Yeah,
Did anything happen with that?
Well, his account's been terminated.
Oh, no.
However, you know how some people have YouTube accounts and don't check them for, I don't know, whatever reason, for months?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still getting random messages here or there talking about how they went to the site and didn't get a prize, and I die a little bit inside.
Well, you gotta kind of hope that they're just kids, and that it's no one who should know better.
Right, it's not some old grandmother like, oh man, I won me a Game Boy. I did, however, do my giveaway, and the first place winner, they haven't replied.
Oh.
They haven't messaged me to claim their prize, which leads me to believe that they are probably not a subscriber.
Or they're just one of those other people, so in a month,
Yep.
they're going to be like, Proto, yay, I can get my prize.
Oh,
right?
yeah, let them try and claim it after day 31. I'm going to be like, nah, man, I said 30 days.
Who would, like, enter a competition and not keep an eye on it? You don't have to go on your channel every day, refreshing constantly, but just keep a tab on that.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about it, too.
See, I didn't realize exactly how you were going to do it, so technically, I think I entered the competition and could have won.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you were there.
Oh, cool. I didn't win, damn it.
You're on page 3 of my top fans.
Awesome.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. Right, so no legal stuff kind of happened with that guy, I guess, because...
Well, his account was terminated, so...
Yeah, I guess you can't track him beyond that point.
Yeah, I can't whine about it anymore. He's not there.
Mm-hmm. And the competition went well, so people got their prizes.
Pretty well. There's still a couple people who are whining and saying that I'm view whoring and this and that. But surprise, surprise, I'd like to give stuff away to people who are engaged on my channel. It's amazing. People will make the argument saying that, oh, I work a job and I do this and that, and like, I don't know a lot of people on my channel that aren't either actively a school student where they're at school for 8 to 10 hours a day or work. Like, I don't understand that argument.
Well, the argument's flawed mathematically as well, because the way you did your competition is that you had the 7 pages of subscribers, and it was like 50 people on each page. So to be on those pages, you only have to watch like one video a week, probably. Like, you just have to watch something and actually care about your channel in some way and actually enjoy it, which I think sounds reasonable, because it's all the exact same chance. The guy at the very top has the exact same chance as winning as the guy on the very bottom.
Yeah, and there's still people, like, it's not a lot, but there's still a couple people that are like, oh, Proto, I want free shit.
Well, just give it to them.
Right?
So, Joe, when are you doing your Lego The Simpsons giveaway that you super promised?
If you bought it on eBay, then you got my one. But that's it.
Did you actually sell that in the end?
I made my money back, more or less. There you go. There's some Lego nuts out there that love the little things.
Oh, you really did make your money back?
Yeah. Well, it was about £2.50, and I made £2.44. But then you got to take away eBay fees, so But I'm pleased with it anyway.
Oh,
well, that's good.
So your business of buying grandpas and selling them off on eBay is not going great.
Didn't make a profit, so it's not like a nice little niche market there, I'm afraid. No.
Muckluck's friendly Lego Grandpa's closed before it started.
I really
Oh,
thought that
man.
would have worked out, you know. Buy Lego.
Maybe in America.
Yeah.
Maybe.
International.
You'd be surprised what's a business in America. You would be surprised.
Okay, I'm coming over.
Yeah.
With
I'll
Lego.
see you Tuesday. I'll pick you up from the airport.
Okay.
See, that's nice. Just put up a sign with a big banana on it, and Joe will know what it means.
Look, lefties only.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. See, that bloody thing, that's still going as well, because I don't know if you saw it, but when me and Cal's Crazy did that Mario Kart 7 thing, he still mentioned the lefty thing.
Always,
It's been
man.
years. It's been years, and I can't get away from it.
Lefties are the devil's minions.
But I'm not even left-handed. It's just... and I can't drive. So it's just people near me drive on the left side of the road,
Yeah,
and
but
I'm a lefty.
you work on the metric system, so...
I'm sure you do in some ways, maybe.
You really don't, though.
What about stone? You're not a fan of the stone?
No.
Damn it.
LBS, not kilos. Miles, not kilometers. And inches, not meters.
Well, we use miles, not kilometers.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I was playing Bus Simulator one day, and it said kilometers, so I'm not sure where that is.
Well, I don't want to slag off the good people behind Bus Simulator, but
And
screw
Goat
them.
Simulator.
Yeah, they do it all.
Yeah, we're kind of mixed here. Like us lot, the younger crowd. We know the metric, but then you've got the old people who are like, we won the war. We shouldn't have to use all this metric German stuff, and so they don't, and they stick with their inches and their yards and things.
That's got to be annoying to convert stuff.
Yeah,
But the only thing that we use inches for is for your member. That's about it. Everything else is you got miles, and then you got centimeters and meters for everything, and then you got inches for just that.
that's
Just
true.
like-
Yeah, I haven't really thought about that before.
You haven't?
Well, no, not that it's isolated like that. Yeah.
What do you guys use inches for TV?
Oh, we
We
use inch.
don't.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
The
there we
important
go.
things we use inches.
We just
See,
can't make
what-
up our mind.
What do you use it for, man? You go to the store and you're like, well, you know what? That's about a 3x5 meter TV.
No,
Yeah.
we don't. We don't do that.
Oh.
It's
I
just
want
inches.
I want a TV that big.
That would not make sense at all.
Oh.
God, the aspect
I got
ratio.
a point two and a half TV, 0.2.5 meter TV. It's pretty big,
Check out the square meters on that bitch.
right?
Right, video games. I think we should get to
yeah.
it.
So.
So the big story of the week is that the next generation of Call of Duty is here. And I know you might think last year with Ghosts, wasn't that the next generation? No. This is the next generation. Completely different.
Tom, they said they would stop developing it every year, okay?
But this is next gen. You can't. It's, oh my god, them dog graphics.
Them graphics.
Okay, so let's get the basic details out of the way. 4th of November, coming to PC, PS4, PS3, 360, Xbox One. It's being made by...
Wait.
Mhm.
Wait. Did you say Xbox 360?
Yes, I did.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
We're done here.
Oh,
We're done with this story.
pre-order cancelled.
Next gen, but it's coming to PS3 and Xbox. Okay, continue.
No,
Just
this is Advanced Warfare. It's the next generation. Okay,
right. My bad.
so it's being made by Sledgehammer, and apparently High Moon Studios are making the 360 and PS3 versions.
The same company that made the Transformers games
Mm-hmm.
for the 360 and PS3, the War on for Cybertron.
And now they've got
That's-
the Call of Duty.
That's something.
And then the next bit of info, just so we can get through them all, is that Kevin Spacey is in it, and it's set in the near future, but not that far in the future. And there's also future stuff, like hover bikes and exoskeletons and cloaking.
Okay.
Right, so the first thing I noticed is that it's not on Wii U, me being a Nintendard. But it's coming to Wii U. I'm like 90% sure it's going to be on that console. Just because last year, when the previous next generation of Call of Duty was announced, they didn't announce it on Wii U at the original unveiling. They announced it like a month or two afterwards, just out of nowhere. And it's because Treyarch makes the Wii U ones. Even Call of Duty Ghost was done by Treyarch. So it will come out in like a month or so that Treyarch is doing the port again. So I'm not worried about that.
You love Treyarch.
Yeah. Awesome.
Good guys.
And then watching the trailer, there's not that much to take away apart from Kevin Spacey. Like, that's the biggest and most awesome thing about that trailer. Because I was replaying Ghost recently, and the thing that really sucks about that game and its story is that Rourke, who cares about Rourke? He's just some prick who got brainwashed. And
hey, Tom, you know there's a download pack for Earl Ernley. I can't say his name right, but the drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket. Let me get his name.
Oh, him.
Earl Ernie, Full Metal Jacket.
So you might not know this, but Joe here does a great impression of that guy.
Okay, here we go. His name is R. Lee Ermey, and I watched the trailer for it, and he does a commentary for the whole game.
Wait, is this for Ghost or Advanced Warfare?
It's for Ghosts, and I would assume if he did it for Ghost, that they're probably going to get him to do it for Advanced Warfare, too.
Maybe, and maybe Snoop Dogg is going to be on board as well.
Okay, alright, we're done.
And Predator is going to be in it.
And Chewbacca, and why not? Just throw them all in there. Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq Fu.
Magic Jackson.
It's going to be awesome.
You know, the first thing I noticed about this is that I feel bad for Call of Duty, you know. They've gone downhill a lot, and they're hurting, Tom. You can see they're hurting in the money department.
Oh, yeah, they're really running low on the old funds.
They let a grammatical error slip in the title, and it's not spelled right. The V and the A are linked together in Advanced Warfare. So are the W and the A in Warfare. So I'm really upset that, you know, they couldn't afford someone to do the fonts right. Really, really makes me sad.
Well, it's been a problem for a while. With Modern Warfare 3, it was just some squiggly lines and then a 3, and they just couldn't write the word out whole so people could understand what it was. They just did all these corners, and it was a mess.
Yeah, every year they have, like, the president's of the company's kid come write something.
They hired Snoop
Johnny,
Dogg
write
to do
the
that
title. That's terrible.
But going back to the point I didn't quite finish before with Kevin Spacey is that I think Call of Duty needs a really strong villain behind it, because you're not going to care that much about the politics of the situation. You just want to see a bad guy that you're going after. And in Ghost they tried to do it with Rourke, and then you had the guys from the Modern Warfare games, that Russian...
Makarov.
Yeah, Makarov. He was okay.
Makarov!
Yeah, he was not bad. And then in Black Ops 1 and 2 you didn't really have it. So it's really cool that they are having... It's like, hey, I don't know if it's going to be like distracting, like, because his name is Jonathan Irons, but everyone's just going to see Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, they really will.
They didn't even, like, I wouldn't mind if they, maybe he voiced a character, but no, it's just Kevin Spacey on the screen. They didn't even try to hide that.
Oh, no.
I think they really should, like, go with Shredder or, Venom.
Venom's pretty cool.
I mean, those guys just scream, "I'm the bad guy." And you can't get more raw than that. So, like, I don't understand why they don't just go with that.
Are you saying it's a little bit cartoony having Kevin Spacey in a Call of Duty game? Maybe.
I don't understand when video games decided to start importing celebrities more often than not, you know. Like Shaq Fu worked out real good, didn't it?
That's right.
And, The Way of the Dog, that was a great game for the 360.
And Sleeping Dogs, that was a big hit for Emma Stone.
Yeah. Yeah, it was actually. Kind of. Not really.
Well, I mean, otherwise, like, if you're going to hire someone to do the voicing out, you got to put in the face. Like, even Sam Worthington's face was in Black Ops. You just never really saw it.
I wanted to ask this. Why can't we focus on the politics on Call of Duty? Because if it were Metal Gear Solid, that's all it would be about. And Metal Gear Solid's not that far away from it. There's even points where you can enter first-person mode. You're just not running around constantly in first person. So come on, I'll say it. It's because all the kids are playing it, and they'll be like, "Oh, politics! I don't understand. Kill the bad guys, right?"
Well, yeah, but Metal Gear Solid is also by a Japanese guy, so it's a bit crazier, and you can kind of... It takes some liberties with the politics it has in there, but you like allow it because it's like stylized in a certain way. But with Call of Duty, I can't say the word realism is what they were going for.
Yeah.
But more like a blockbuster. And most blockbusters don't have the politics in it, really.
Yeah, it's always hard for me to say, they're trying to be realistic. It's always hard for me to say that, because they're not. But they are.
We all know Battlefield is the realistic shooter.
Oh, yeah. When the server disconnects, I feel like I'm in the game.
Yeah, because war sucks, and playing Battlefield sucks. It's realistic.
Right.
That's a burn right there.
I would like a grungy game that just really takes a real spin on war. I really would. I really, really would.
Well, would you want that from Call of Duty, though?
I wouldn't mind it if they would just stop being jackasses about it all the time.
Sure.
There doesn't always have to be fucking supervillain, man. There are bad people in the world. They're not supervillains. They are just regular bad guys. They have money in impoverished nations. It doesn't take that much to make someone evil. You know, if you're the richest man in the country and you have 100 slaves and you're a warlord, you're a pretty fucking evil bad guy. So I don't know why there has to be some sort of supervillain when in real life, like North Korea, the dictator, that's supervillain. Come on. Right?
I don't know. I'm not sure if Kevin Spacey is going to be that much of a supervillain.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If he's a supervillain, he's got no facial disfigurement. That's like a staple.
He's got both his eyes and all his limbs.
Scaramanga from 007.
No third nipple, nothing.
Jaws.
He barely cries blood.
Not even bald.
Yeah, that's true.
God. Pathetic.
Like in Black Ops 2, the main villain.
Who was that again? I can't. It's been too long.
I can't even remember his name, but I remember he was like kind of like Mexican or Spanish or something.
Oh yeah, and you played as him, and you'd had that like mental, which was like that probably racist one. Because it like implies that because he's Mexican, he can go nuts and kill everyone.
It was cool because people shot at you, and well, you had a machete, so that's all that mattered.
That's right. You just run around screaming like revenge and stabbing people, and that's how people do it sometimes.
You know, why don't bank robbers just do that?
It's stupid. They just never think of it. That's their problem.
Really?
Well, so I have to... Well, sorry, but I have to say, though, Kevin Spacey might be a bit silly, but having his commentary over that trailer was awesome. Like, whether it translates to a good game, or whether it will actually work in the game, having him talking over it and talking about, like, PMCs, that was really cool. Because he's a cool guy and a great actor.
But is it only cool for the... Do you watch House of Cards?
No, I watched the first episode and just was like...
Because that's why he's there, right? Come on.
Well, not because of horrible bosses or A Bug's Life.
Classics such as that. It's like, right, what's popular? House of Cards. Kevin Spacey. I don't know, I just feel like... If you haven't seen House of Cards, where he's that really evil guy, well, is he? I don't know. But, this kind of dark character, then he's just like a guy to me.
I think a lot of kids are going to think the same thing, too. They're going to be like, what the fuck is House of Cards?
Yeah.
Who is that old man? I hate him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
But he is also hired because he's a good actor, though. Like, he did win an Oscar.
Oh, yeah.
So,
but, I mean, look, man, there can be good actors that, like, if Stephen Martin just popped up on Call of Duty, I'd be like, what? But
awesome.
He's a good actor. You know what I mean?
I want to see Bill Murray.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's on the way.
Good. I'll play that.
God.
Snoop Dogg. If Snoop Dogg does a commentary, why not Bill Murray? Snoop Dogg did commentary for a war game.
That's right.
I just want everyone out there to let it sink in for a minute.
That was so weird, just loading up Ghosts, and then it comes up as a notification, like, download Snoop Dogg's voice, and then it's just a picture of Snoop Dogg. Like, oh, okay. I guess he's not Snoop Lion anymore, or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And he will forever be remembered for that.
The Snoop Lion.
Snoop Lion.
Did you know he smokes drugs?
I did not.
It was very surprising.
I thought he was drug-free.
That's right. Not a good image for the kids.
Well, I'm shocked and disappointed.
If you really think about it, I've really never seen a child talking about how awesome Snoop Dogg is.
I think there are some kids who would. I'm trying to think when I was younger, because I knew who Snoop Dogg was, but I don't know what year it was revealed to me about this great man.
Right. I wanted to emulate that guy.
That's right, he seems legit. In that one Katy Perry song.
Yeah. Yeah, let's not talk about that stuff.
Didn't he have like a reality TV show as well?
He did.
Like the Osbournes.
For a bit.
The Dogs.
The Dogs? Is that what it's called?
I don't know. But
it probably
should
was.
Be.
Oh. It was canceled for copyright infringement because it was spelled D-A-W-G.
No, you can't do that. That's not right.
Oh, I do enjoy our conversations. We always get to the bottom of things.
The big issues. We'll figure it out. Don't you worry, people. We're on it. So, anything else that anyone wants to say about Advanced Warfare? Because gameplay-wise, yeah, they hinted at futuristic stuff, but we don't actually know how that's going to translate. Because that trailer was mostly just, oh, it's a slightly futuristic setting, Kevin Spacey confirmed, Next Generation is here.
Is Call of Duty just going to end up buying out Mech Warrior and that's going to be it? That's where it's going to end at?
Well, fingers
crossed. Or
crossed.
like, is Call of Duty going to just go to Microsoft and be like, hey, we can't go anywhere else, so we'd like to buy Halo?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, is it really going to go to that point?
We want to put Snoop Dogg in Master Chief's suit of armor for DLC. Can we get that done?
And his partner will be Snoop Lion.
Snoop Lion's there.
His genetically altered counterpart.
And Predator's there too.
Yeah. But Predator's not the bad guy. Snoop Lion betrays Snoop Dogg and Predator.
No.
Yep.
Not
Such
like
a
this.
twist. And Snoop Lion resurrects Makarov, and then they nuke the universe.
And Captain Price is there.
Just to say, no, soap!
Soap! Check those corners.
No, soap!
You didn't check the corners.
That's
it's
good.
so silly though. Now that Snoop Dogg, Kevin Spacey, and Predator have been in Call of Duty, do you know how much pop culture is just completely opened up? It's like, is it like anything could just be thrown in there now? Like anything at all that you can think of. Katy Perry, I'm sure she's on the way. It's just like anything. And the Full Metal Jacket guy as well, got to throw him in.
Yeah, but he belongs. His commentary fits very, very well. Everyone else's does.
You don't think Snoop Dogg's commentary fits with a modern shooter?
I don't.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
I really don't.
You're as high as Snoop Dogg over here with your crazy theories.
Clearly.
So the next generation is here. I mean, the big problem with this game is that it's coming to the 360 and PS3, as you already hinted at. It's just like, okay, I get why this year they're doing it, but come on, we gotta cut that bottom layer out so we can actually have bigger maps, better environments and things like that. Because the only difference between these two versions are going to be the PS4 and Xbox One is going to look slightly nicer, but they can't have more open environments because they still have to be the same game. So until we can get away from that, this is still going to be pretty much like Modern Warfare 1, because that's the hardware it's limited to.
Yep, so we're probably not going to see any real next-gen games until 2 or 3 years from now.
Well, we got,
and that's what I thought anyways.
We got Batman on the way. That's just next-gen. But everything else is all of them.
Well, I know that I'm going to be dying to play Batman.
Yeah?
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Is it because Snoop Dogg's not in it?
It really is. Well, actually...
Snoop Bat.
It's,
Bat Dog.
My God, guys. It's because Jim Carrey as the Riddler's not in it.
Damn it.
And Tom Hanks, or not Tom Hanks, Two-Face.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones, there we go.
Ah.
Tommy Lee Jones is Two-Face, and good old Jim Carrey as Riddler, and Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
He's got a... I reckon old Arnie would be willing to come back as Mr. Freeze, because he seems to be desperate to be an actor again. I reckon if you asked him, got that Call of Duty money in there, we could have...
I bet he would too.
He would be straight up for it.
He'd be like, yes.
Oh, that'd be so good. If we just...
Thumb.
Someone's got to do that. Take that new Call of Duty trailer. Every time Kevin Spacey is shown, edit in some footage of Mr. Freeze from Batman and Robin.
I wouldn't be able to. I couldn't get behind that game ever.
No, you couldn't stop getting behind it.
I'd be like, we're done here, guys.
You would just start throwing your money at the screen, and you don't know why, but you can't stop.
Yes, probably, maybe.
Oh, that would be so good. But no, so because the thing about this announcement is that the Ghost announcement, first of all, was just so horrible that anything they announced this time, as long as they didn't say the fish move or there's a dog, it's better than Ghosts.
Look, guys, when you walk towards the fish, they move.
There's some seriously, guys, you won't believe it.
Like, oh shit, I know that's what I wanted.
We spent millions and millions of dollars to make the fish technology as good as it could be.
Talking about fucking Echo the Dolphin.
That's right, Echo's gonna move out the way. And you won't even have to ask.
Right? But that's okay.
But yeah, so... that was very smooth.
Yeah.
But yeah, so because that announcement was so messed up, this one was better. But Ghost did kind of promise a lot of cool stuff. Like, it did promise to be different and to seem to be more stealth-focused and be more character-driven by having this group of ghosts.
But it really wasn't.
No, that completely went down the toilet
very early on. Even the multiplayer really wasn't either.
No, it was just like Modern Warfare 4, essentially.
Yeah, it really was. I think MW3 was the peak for me.
Mm-hmm.
When Black Ops 2 came out, I was like, okay, I'm really done. All these kill streaks are just way too fucking much. And then when Ghost came out, I was beyond done. Like, beyond. Well, and now this is going to come out, and they're probably going to have some radical, ridiculous shit, like a rocket-powered skateboard with lasers on the side. Or, like, I don't know. Like, realistically, you would probably be able to call in a mech and crush everyone. Or fly your own helicopter around, again, shooting nukes everywhere. It's just, like, how do you build on something that is so... You're up there. It's no longer the helicopter and the jet and the UAV. It's the helicopter, jet, UAV, stealth bomber, juggernaut suit. It's the microwave generator, the satellite laser system, the orbital drops. Like, how do you build on top of that?
Well, you quit the company, you form your own one, you sign a deal with EA, and
Respawn.
And then you just like do Transformers Call of Duty.
Simple.
Yeah.
That's what was so weird though, because they also said Xbox One, or they also announced that it's Microsoft exclusive content, or it's coming first again on Xbox. But they just spent so much money to make Titanfall, which, in my eyes, was specifically designed to take people away from Call of Duty. Not so much as Battlefield, but it's definitely people are going to be like, oh, Titanfall, this does mix things up a bit. I'm sick of Call of Duty. So it seems weird that Microsoft is backing both parties in this big rivalry, and they're gonna... It's like, I don't get it. I don't get how that works from a business sense.
I don't either. I guess they're just throwing their money wherever.
Well, it's
seeing
just
what they could get from it.
We're like, okay, guys, I don't think Rise, Son of Rome is going to sell consoles. We need Titanfall. And it's like, what about the Call of Duty exclusive content? Damn it. Well, the Ghost stuff went so well last year. We're going to double down and do it again, and it should all work out for the best.
Yeah, it'll be fine, Bob. Don't worry about it.
Yes, we got this covered.
Oh, Call of Duty.
But yeah, so that's it with the trailer, is that Ghost had a lot of problems and was a bit stale, but you wouldn't know that until you brought the game. So seeing this trailer, you can't really say that much, because you don't know if the multiplayer is actually going to be different maps and they're actually going to do things differently so it doesn't feel exactly the same. So until you actually physically play it for yourself, you can't really say anything about any new Call of Duty anymore, because Ghost burnt us and messed up.
You know, Tom. You know.
Oh, I could guess.
I think we could all guess.
Well, it's Sledgehammer, so maybe.
No.
No?
No.
Damn it. Pre-order cancelled on Wii U.
Yeah. Pre-order cancelled on my PlayStation Vita. Oh, wait.
Ouch.
Whoops.
What was that game called again? Call of Duty Declassified or something like that?
Yeah, and it was just absolute shit.
No, come on. It's Call of Duty on the
you're
go.
right. It's cool. Let's play on scaled down maps on 6 versus 6 matches. That's
The next generation of Call of Duty on handhelds was there and didn't do great.
It did not.
See, that was so bizarre, because they made a DS version of every Call of Duty game up until Ghosts.
Yeah,
no,
they
Black
kind of
Ops 2,
figured it out, man. They were like, yeah, these things are not worth the time.
Well, they still made them, though. And then they made the switch to PS Vita. And because it was trying to be exactly like the console ones, that's when people were like, this is terrible. Why would I... What a waste of time. I can't...
What a waste of money and time. What am I doing with my life?
If you don't have the 3D version of the PS Vita, then all you can do is play the 2-hour campaign on the go.
Yep.
And that's it. But with the
That's
DS ones,
good.
they were so different and backwards that they kind of had their own weird charm to them, where you're not supposed to take it seriously or compare it to the console ones. So people kind of let it go under the radar and let it slip. But then PS Vita...
Yep.
Oof.
Yeah.
Right, so any last thoughts before we move on?
If you're transitioning, I forgot to mention something earlier.
Okay.
It's a somewhat important news story. You remember the Mario Brothers movie, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, despite it being terrible as a Mario movie, it was a pretty decent 90s flick. take the Mario Brothers out of it and put something else in, take the Princess out, put something else in, and you got yourself an average 90s movie.
Sure.
Well, the actor who played Mario ended up dying this week.
Yeah.
Bob Hoskins. Yeah.
Yep. Bob Hoskins is gone. He also was featured in Roger Rabbit, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He did Snow White and the Hunts, The Long Good Friday, Hook, and A Christmas Carol.
Yeah, if you saw anything that came out in the early 90s, I want to say, then you would recognize the guy straight away.
Yeah, he was a very good actor, and it was very sad that he died.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a really cool video where it showed him acting in the Who Framed Roger Rabbit, just like, without all of the visuals. So it's just him opening imaginary doors and getting punched by imaginary things. It was so cool. I loved it. It showed that, it's actually pretty quite difficult doing that kind of stuff.
Well, without his acting being as good as it was in that film, it wouldn't have worked. If someone was like, "Oh, I'm being punched," even if someone did beautiful, great animation, it wouldn't work if it wasn't actually seen to be affecting the real world. So the fact that he was able to properly, get that done without someone being there.
You got to remember that those movies came out in the 90s. There wasn't Windows 7. There wasn't all the programs that we have today that makes stuff like that easy to do.
I mean, I don't know how Michael Jordan did it in Space Jam, but that's just...
Oh, yeah.
And Dennis Rodman, I think he was in there too.
Oh, probably. It's
Maybe
been too long.
I know, right? It's been way too long.
But Space Jam is one of those films where people defend it and say it's great, but it's just because I'm 21, so I was a kid when it came out.
Yeah.
And everyone loves Bugs Bunny and basketball, I guess, even though this is England. I don't know what happened there. But everyone defends that film, but if you go back and watch it, it's not good.
It is not.
It's no Super Mario Bros., I guess.
I would definitely put Super Mario Brothers above a lot of movies, but, that's just because it has that charm and appeal. It didn't have, digitized things. It didn't have animations. Everything in it is a costume. It's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, even though that movie was a lot better. It's just that, there's no CGI, which is really nice.
It's
a lot
also
of people
odd,
want CGI.
It's also odd to see those sort of films where that was their kind of version of dark but family friendly, and you kind of got that a lot. Where the world they go to, Bowser's World, is a horrible dump, but it's still family friendly in a way.
Right.
And you get that with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well, and can't really think of any other examples. But I think that's what kind of
Batman Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batman Returns was seriously dark and messed up. And then Batman Forever's, it's seriously dark, but everything has this humorous spin on it. Like the Riddler and Two-Face killing people, and they're just having a great time robbing the city. It's just what?
But can I ask you a question though? You've seen those older ones, right? Older Batman films.
Yes.
As someone who... I've seen the Christopher Nolan ones and liked them, but I never saw those ones. If I went back and saw, the first two, the Tim Burton ones, is there any chance I would actually like them?
Yes.
Yeah.
You would probably like Batman and Batman Returns a lot more than most Batman films. Honestly, I would put the original Batman Returns above Batman Begins and Batman The Dark Knight Rising.
See, I've heard that a lot. A lot of people love those two. But I just see that they came out in the 80s and not that many films hold up. So to go back to watch them, I've kind of always been on the fence about it.
Do you know Jack Nicholson, when he did Batman for the original Batman, that at that point in time he was the highest paid actor?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He did a really great job. There's a lot of good actors in both of those movies. Very, very, very good movies.
All right,
Very
well,
dark.
I guess I gotta go watch them.
Have to, bro.
Because also I don't like...
Even just for the music.
Okay.
Music's so good.
Because also I don't really like Tim Burton. But
I just like how there's no shitty CGI. Everything you see in it is real stuntmen, collapsible environments, stuff like that. It's not on a computer. It's not computer generated. There's a real Batmobile. They have a real Batmobile in both of those movies. They have a real Batwing. It's not CGI. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's like people praise The Walking Dead for having that stuff, but also they still use CGI. It's just like a bit more sparingly, and it's so obvious when it goes to CGI. Like, it looks great, and then the scene will change, and then you can just see CGI blood going up in the air, and you're just like, that's so obvious. Why would you do that?
Yeah, that's my problem with films nowadays. It's just, there's barely... The only time I can think of CGI in the original Batman films is like a couple times when they were doing funny shots, like where the Batwing flies up and it's in the moon and it looks like the bat signal. Like, that may have been CGI. I don't know if it even was CGI. I think that was just playing with shadows and stuff like that.
Yeah, back then it was like models instead.
No, they built an actual Batwing.
Oh.
But yeah, I know, they have an actual Batwing, a Batmobile, and a boat.
What about the Batbike?
I think they did build that for The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh.
But
in The Dark Knight, am I right in thinking, Joe, when Joker flips the truck, they actually did that? That's not CGI, is it?
I think there was like they did have it on the DVD, a special feature of how they did that. Because they didn't just like blow it up and have it go. I think they did have it flip, but they kind of, I don't know, with wires or something. I'm not sure. But I think they did actually do that.
That's good. I like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But you would definitely like the original Batman movies.
Okay. Even if I don't like Tim Burton, though.
It is a dark movie. Returns is a lot darker than the original Batman, and the original Batman is very, very dark.
Why don't you like Tim Burton?
It's just like every film I can think of that I've seen of his wasn't good. Planet of the Apes, the remake. I know he shuns it now, but he still did it. Like, was the director.
What about Nightmare Before Christmas and Corpse Bride?
I like Nightmare Before Christmas, but he didn't direct it, so it doesn't really count. In the same way that I wouldn't say I don't like Christopher Nolan because he produced Man of Steel. It's just not fair. And Corpse Bride I didn't like. It was just seemed a bit cliched. Like, it was just trying to do that gothic kids film, and it was just like, there's nothing here. And then Alice in Wonderland is probably terrible, but I didn't see it.
I saw it, and it was terrible. I didn't like it.
So it does seem like he was good back then, back in the day, but since like the 2000s onwards, I don't think he's put out anything good.
I don't know. I don't really follow the guy's career, so...
I'm not in love with him. I'm not saying it's like a secret.
Well, I am, so...
Oh, okay.
What about...
Fight about it?
Yeah. Right. I'll meet you in the middle of the Atlantic. Let's go.
You what, mate? You what, mate?
Come on then, if you think you're hard enough. That's a British thing.
What about Sweeney Todd? Did you see that?
Oh god, I didn't see it, but all the douchey emo kids loved that film when it came out, and I was just like, ugh. And it's a musical.
I'm gonna go on record and just say you need to see the original two Batmans, and just compare them to the newer ones that get released. I think Batman Forever was a pretty good film. Everyone says it's crap. I think it was very good because it was very, very funny, and it was still relatively CGI free. And then Batman and Robin really went bad. So I'm not even going to attempt to defend that. But I think the first three are pretty good. Just Batman Forever is way different than the other two.
Okay. Cool.
And that's because a new director took over for those two.
Old Joe Schumacher.
Yeah.
Did he do both of those? I only thought he did Batman and Robin.
He did both, and he literally said this in an interview. He said, I never meant to destroy Batman the way I did. And I'm sorry if anyone feels that those movies were terrible.
Wait, so is he agreeing with those people, or is he just like, I'm sorry you feel that way?
I think he honestly just doesn't think that he did such a bad job, but he's sorry that they turned out the way they did.
Right. Because, I mean, that film, Batman and Robin, was probably
the worst.
The one that killed superhero films until
really
X-Men and Spider-Man came out.
My God, man, it was so bad. It was so bad. Arnold in Mr. Freeze and his jokes are the only thing that makes it redeemable to just watch to make fun of.
It's worth watching in a way.
But everything else is so bad. So bad.
Oh no.
It would be okay if, like, Funny Riddler returned, or Tommy Lee Jones returned, or Danny DeVito Penguin returned, or Jack Nicholson Joker returned, and they probably could have saved the film. But as it stands, no, man, it was terrible. It was so terrible. Even the plot was pretty terrible. Mr. Freeze wanted to freeze the world.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Great idea. Why? Because his wife is dying of a disease. What?
Listen, I'm only going to have to take your word on it. That is bad. Okay, I'm going to have to see it for myself.
Oh, man.
Be objective, open mind.
Yeah.
I think I like what I see.
Yeah, you be open-minded about Batman Forever. You go right on ahead and be open-minded. Or not Forever, Batman and Robin.
God, who likes Robin?
Ooh. I hated Robin so much.
Are there any sidekicks that are actually alright?
Define sidekick.
Well, you got the main character, and then they have like a helper assistant with them.
Like, are you extending this question to everything, or just...
Yeah, sure, everything. I'm sure we can extend it. I know...
Well, Luigi is pretty alright.
Well, I would say he's not really a sidekick. It's like the game's never made him a sidekick.
I guess.
It's like he's just the other playable character.
Elizabeth from Bioshock?
Yeah. Terrific.
I'm going to talk about that later, by the way.
Oh, did you play it?
I'm playing it, yeah.
Oh, we can talk about it now that it's come up.
Well,
yeah, let's ruin it. Let's ruin it.
I've
Joe...
got a sidekick. Though. Didn't we all love Short Round from Indiana Jones?
Oh, my.
For very special reasons, we loved Short Round.
He was great.
Oh, I know. Bob Bob is Joker's sidekick in the original Batman.
Oh.
And when you go and watch it, Bob is a character that a lot of people love from that movie, and you'll see why.
Never even heard of Bob.
He's a good sidekick.
Ah. Because it's like with The Last of Us and Bioshock, that's something that was really praised about those films, where it's like, oh, there's a sidekick and there's someone like always there, but they're not awful or annoying. And
what about Navi?
Navi's great.
No, the better one is I don't know who's more annoying, that damn owl from the earlier Zelda games or the fairies.
Well, I think didn't the owl only make one appearance though, and it was
he made several, but they were only like one time each. But if you read his text real quick and clicked, do you want to hear this again? He would go through the whole damn thing again. And he'd do that weird thing where he turned his head upside down and shit.
Yeah, I liked him.
He's a cool guy.
That text is weird though, because that's just one of those things where they were like making 3D games for the first time, and they were like, "Well, we've got to put all this text." And just, I reckon how it went down is that nobody fought to have it automatically on no, and nobody thought that people would just be like, "A, whatever, I'm not reading this." They assumed that people would read everything that gets put in front of them when a character's talking to them. But of course, that's not what happens. And if somebody's just giving you a tutorial that you don't really need to know, nobody's reading that. So having it default on yes is just so silly.
Oh, you guys.
Oh, Nintendo.
It's like Pokemon when you're at the Poké Center. It's always the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they just.
I never press A. I always press B.
Yeah, you gotta be. You gotta be that. Be that nonsense.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, Bioshock.
Yeah, Bioshock.
Don't you be spoiling this.
I wouldn't. It's got such a good and fulfilling ending. I wouldn't want to spoil even a second of that emotional climax, which is the end of Bioshock.
I would never do that.
No.
Oh.
I'm going.
No, you. Come on.
I'm just going to go play it now, right? I'm really liking it. I think it's really good. You don't like Elizabeth, do you say?
I don't. Okay, her character's like really inconsistent. I find.
I am finding that actually.
She's just whatever the plot needs or whatever's kind of going on. Like, at what point are you actually at? We went to go see the Chinese guy about weapons. Okay.
And then he was dead. Oh, well, sorry. And so she made a tear, and now we're going in the tear to the other version of Columbia.
Oh boy, you're gonna have so much fun.
Oh really?
Oh
good.
Yes. You're close to the ending.
Really?
That's not true.
Probably an hour away.
I think you're lying, maybe.
Maybe.
But
Maybe
anyway,
2 hours.
You say about her being inconsistent. I have to agree because there's a point near the beginning where you kill some people and she's like, "Oh my god, how could you do that?"
Jesus, like, Joe.
And I was like, "Oh no, she's gonna be that way, is she?" So then when I accidentally shot something, I didn't mean to. I wanted to switch weapon, but I shot, and so everyone started fighting against me. I'm like, "Oh no, now I've got to kill these innocent people." And I thought, "Oh, she's gonna be really mad at me." No, she was fine.
Yeah.
I thought she might have like some reaction to that, but she's like, "Oh, here you go. Here's some ammo. Carry on shooting them."
They paint her in so many ways, though. When you first see her, it's like she's supposed to be pretty much Rapunzel from Tangled. Yeah. That's what I thought she would be, like someone who's been locked away from society, but she's still curious about the world and still wants to go out and see it and still sees hope. But no, she's just, that goes away very, very quickly and is ignored. And have you got to the bit where she's angry at you or at Booker?
Where she tries to run away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets over that pretty quick.
Yeah, she does, yeah.
Pretty quick.
Just like pretty much straight away, and then she's like smiling or something in that elevator. And it's just like, you were just running away from me because I was going to do some evil stuff to you or take you to some evil people, and now you're just fine. It's just... Well, inconsistent is just how I would describe that game.
I always thought there was going to be romance between the two.
Ooh.
Throughout the entire game. And when I began playing through it, I was like, this is really strange. There's no romance here. Even though, you go through several massive boss battles, like with Slate and whatnot, and there's just no romance. And I was like, that's really odd.
Well, it's because it used to be like when you would have a female and male lead, you would always have romance.
Yeah, but, and that's what killed it for me.
Yeah, it got killed. So now, if you ever have a female and male lead that have any romance, then that's too much of a cliche and you just can't do it. So that means no stories nowadays have that at all. Like, you have to go all in and have it be a romantic film or game or story for it to be
just
justified in any way.
can't have a quick hand job around the corner.
No.
You know?
Wait a minute, how old is she? I always got the impression she's like 17 or 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well...
And how old was Booker?
He was probably 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Maybe... No, he had to have been 40.
Why?
Yeah.
Can you say why without giving spoilers?
If she is...
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And he fought in the war, and it was many years later.
Oh my God, you that joke is even worse now.
Yeah, it
knowing
is.
knowing that game, that's awful.
That's awful.
There's no time for a quick handy. That's so bad.
Hey, Elizabeth, can you tear a rift real quick?
Oh God.
Well, this game has just been ruined for me now.
Yeah. We try.
I was captivated by, all the imaginative landscapes. Now that's all I'm going to think of.
Yeah, but what about the racism though?
Yeah.
There is a lot of racism.
There's a lot of racism.
It's just that game. It's just hand jobs and racism. That's all it is.
Yeah. Throwing baseballs at black people.
Haven't got to that bit yet.
I can literally say that without being racist because that happens in the game.
It's straight up. Yep.
Yep.
So, speaking of racism, do you want to get on to the next story?
Sure.
Yeah, I guess I could have just done it.
You're the one running the show, Tom.
Oh
I
yeah.
have no idea what's going on.
So the next story is Turtlerock fires community manager. So without getting too into the bigger story, pretty much there's this guy, Donald Sterling. Is that his name?
Yes, I'm going to say yes.
I don't.
Okay, so pretty much the manager of the Clippers, which is a basketball team in America.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he said some racist remarks and was recorded doing it. And now, without going into all the details of that story, everyone hates him and they're trying to kick him away from the team, even though he owns the team.
You want me to go into it, Tom?
Not really. You just stick to the hand jobs, okay?
So, yeah, let me sum it up real short in a not really kind of fashion.
Okay.
He has a Latino side girl, and he talks to her and basically says, "Why are you hanging out with the homies and the thugs when I'm a white rich cracker?" And she's like, "What's the matter with me doing that?" And he basically says, "You're hanging out with the enemy. You're inviting the enemy in. And I see that as an enemy." And I have never in my lifetime ever heard something like there's racist jokes. There's jokes that are racy and true, but I have never ever heard of a person who jokes around and says the enemy.
Yeah, he just straight up says, "Don't go to basketball games with black people."
Yeah. Like, wow, man. For real?
Yes. But so, why we're talking about it is because someone on Twitter called Josh Orlin, I think he's called, who was a community manager at Turtlerock Studios, who Turtlerock made Left 4 Dead and are currently working on Evolve for next generation consoles. He tweeted about the case saying, this guy in a way is a victim because he was recorded against his will. It's still up in the air about whether she told him about the recording or if he knew about it, or if she secretly recorded him in his home saying these horrible things and then released it. So pretty much the guy was making the point of, you shouldn't be allowed to be secretly recorded in your own home. You should be able to say whatever you like without fear of somebody illegally recording you. So this guy put out these tweets, never said he agreed with the guy, and was fired by Turtlerock for just tweeting this stuff out.
Ouch.
Yeah.
And that's why you have separate Twitters and accounts like that, ladies and gentlemen.
Sure.
We've had so many of these stories now, like that. So many.
Okay, guys. Well, I've got to cut out. I appreciate you letting me weigh in on this. Maybe I can stay next time a little bit longer.
Sure. Well, the next one will be the E3 podcast, so we'll just definitely have you back then.
Okay.
Already? Man.
Yeah.
It's quick.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
Only a month.
Oh.
Oh.
Still.
All right. I'll see you later.
Okay, have fun.
See you later.
Okay, well, Proto's gone. So, wow, what was up with that guy? God, what a douche. That's what I say.
I think he had some very good ideas for the Call of Duty franchise, to be honest.
I think so, and I think we're going to be able to push those, and that's definitely going to get done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if he listens, though. Yeah, we'll see.
Test.
Yeah, but anyway, so back to this story. It's just... I don't... Because what happened is that this guy got fired, and then he put out a statement to Polygon or emailed them, saying how he was not talked to. Nobody came up to him and said, hey, what you did was not on or anything like that. All he did was tweeted from his personal account about this stuff. And then he just was straight up fired without any kind of explanation, although it was obvious. But nobody sat him down. They just fired him and got rid of him. And it's just kind of awful. Now, I don't agree with it at all, but I guess where they're coming from, Turtlerock and 2K Games, who are the publisher of Evolve, is that when you're a part of that company, whenever you kind of put this stuff out, you're in a way representing the company. So, a bit like when we were talking about the Frostbite Wii U stuff, when somebody on Frostbite was saying the Wii U sucks, that's how we see it. We see it as Frostbite says that they don't like the Wii U, and that's how we took the story. We didn't take the particular guy. But sometimes that applies, and I think it is completely fine for somebody to be fired for what they said if they say something wrong. But here, it's so obvious that he wasn't representing the company in any way, because it was just from his personal Twitter. He didn't tweet it through the Turtlerock Studios main Twitter. And it's just so obvious that, and he wasn't saying anything wrong. He wasn't saying he agrees with what he said. He wasn't saying that he is racist. He wasn't implying that the company was racist. He wasn't implying that the company had these views. He was just tweeting what he thought on the situation. And Turtlerock just turns around and just lets him go. And it's just, that shouldn't be allowed. That shouldn't be right.
Well, clearly he was more expendable than the effort to, try and clean the slate. So instead of doing that, they was like, right, just get rid of him then.
But
it's just the quick way out, I guess.
Yeah, it was quick though, but there wasn't any reaction. Like, you could kind of understand if people started being like outraged by it, and people were like attacking Turtlerock and calling them racist, but none of that happened. There was more outrage afterwards from people just saying that Turtlerock are awful. I mean, I tweeted at them saying that they're spineless, and a lot of other people were as well, because it's like, you kind of got to, because I can't even imagine, say, I would love to work in the gaming industry, and what this guy was saying, I kind of agree with him. You shouldn't, if you have an opinion, and somebody illegally records you, then that is kind of, you are a victim in some sense, even if you are an arsehole overall. So the idea of me, making it to a AAA studio like Turtlerock and just tweeting these perfectly sane, rational opinions and just losing my job because of it, like, if you put yourself in that position, that's awful. That's really horrible, and it's apparently justified. And I don't know what's going to happen to this guy. He'll probably get another job. Like, he did work on Call of Duty Black Ops before Evolve. So he'll get another job, but it's just awful that they could and can do this.
I mean, I know that they said, this guy doesn't reflect our views, blah, blah, blah. So they said that when they did it. Have they said anything now that the reaction of them getting rid of him has come about?
No, not really. The only thing they kind of said is that they fired the guy, and then on Twitter they had 2 tweets saying, oh, what this guy said did not reflect our views in any way.
Yeah,
and that was it. That's the only reaction.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of awful.
Mm.
That's
But if this guy was saying like, "Oh, racist stuff" on Twitter, then yeah, fire him. Like, I'm not going to blindly say that's okay, because yeah, on Twitter, he is still someone within the company tweeting racist stuff. And, it depends on what it is, certainly. But the fact that somebody can be fired for tweeting stuff that isn't really just talking about somebody who was racist is just wrong.
It's too close.
Yeah, it's too, like, everyone has an opinion, or most people could tweet out an opinion on something like this, on when something like the Donald Sterling thing goes down. Like, anyone can do that. And to think that that could affect your job is, like, terrifying.
I mean, it does seem like they were either, preemptive, so they just, like you said, they just did it before anything happened, like, too quick. Or, they... Crap, what was I going to say? Trigger happy.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, they just... They figured... Well, I don't even know why they would do it so quickly, though. Because, like you said, nothing happened. There was, like, no gap.
Yeah, that's what makes it terrible. Like, it's not the company diving into pressure or just people pressuring them and trying to sabotage them. It's then they just did it. And I think part of it must just be because it's the video game industry. I think when it comes to the video game industry, because like people don't stick to studios in the same way that they would in other medium or other jobs, so most people move around anyway. So it's like, okay, we hired this one person to work on this one project. They said something that's not right. We'll just get rid of them and get someone else in because the industry moves very quick. And this guy was working on Call of Duty Black Ops as the community manager. So previously he was working at Treyarch and now he's working at Turtlerock. So I think that might be a big part of it to why it was so quick, because it's just, oh, they're expendable, there's a lot of people moving around, it's fine. But it still doesn't justify it.
Well, yeah, it's like, okay, well then they're protecting, anti-racism, but then in doing so they're kind of looking like pricks.
Yeah.
In terms of company, like you put company loyalty, and what did you put in your tweet?
Very good.
It was very well worded.
Oh, thank you.
It's like standing behind.
Supporting your
own employees.
Yeah.
It's just So on one hand they're doing the right thing, but on the other hand they're doing something equally bad, or not equally bad, but still bad to cover it.
I just think they probably thought that nobody would notice. And to be fair, IGN didn't report this. I haven't checked every single big site, but the article I read was on Polygon, and IGN I didn't see it on there at all. So it's another reason why I wanted to bring up on the podcast, because a lot of people probably just don't know about this, and that somebody got fired in the video game industry for next to nothing, for just tweeting his opinion on a situation. So yeah, that they probably thought they could get away with it and nobody would care, and that is the case. But it did come out because the guy emailed Polygon and said, hey, this is something that happened to me and it's quite terrible, and people who followed his Twitter or followed him on Twitter knew what was going on. So yeah, I think that's all we can do, is just make sure people are aware of it, because most people who like video games and probably care about the industry don't know about this and don't know that this could happen.
Whilst you're on the subject of racism...
Okay, yes, sure.
Can I moan about something?
Oh God, I guess.
No, don't worry. I don't know if you heard about the whole Jeremy Clarkson thing recently.
Yeah,
I am really... not really actually, I'm not passionate, but it bugs me, this kind of stuff. It does bug me, because I don't know if anyone doesn't know, I'll try and keep it as brief as possible. In a Top Gear outtake, Jeremy Clarkson has to say the kind of rhyme eeny meeny miny mo, and in the old version of it, before PC,
sure,
right? There was a word which is now very, very bad.
The N-word.
The N-word. And so now it's Catch a Tiger by the toe. And so he was doing this take for the show, and he kind of mumbles that word so he doesn't have to say it. But then people got hold of these outtakes, these takes from the show. They had, and I quote, forensic audio scientists listen to it, and they could make out that what he said started with an N and then mumbled, and they could make out the word, which means he's a racist.
That's true.
Which means he's a racist, and I think it's just bizarre to me. Don't get me wrong, Jeremy Clarkson can be a bit of an idiot.
No,
sometimes.
come on.
Yeah, sometimes he can do stupid things, but I don't think he's a racist. And just the amount you've been hearing things like, oh, he's got one final warning from the BBC, otherwise he's sacked, and I think was it the Daily Mail or the Daily Mirror? Something like that.
The Daily Mirror were the ones who got the footage and put it out there.
And so they apparently, he didn't even. I'm just, this could be wrong, but apparently he was the one that told the director of the Top Gear, don't use this. It's, just use the one where I think he replaced the word with teacher something in the end. Use that one. That's the one that actually goes in the show. And it's just the fact that all of this is an outtake for Stars. It's not even in the show. And the fact he clearly did not say the word and worked around it not to say the word.
And it's also 2 years old.
2 years old?
Yeah, it's not from a recent one. It just recently came out, but it's about 2 years old, that episode.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was like one that's coming up.
Oh no.
Wow. That attention that's getting, and I'm not helping by talking about it, really. This is what everyone's doing. It's just bizarre to me. It's like when the press see an opportunity, they will go after you no matter what.
Oh yeah.
Brutal.
Well, it makes a good story, but it's like, with all this racism or alleged racism is where you have a hatred for someone because of where they come from. So for someone like Jeremy Clarkson to just say that word, I don't think it indicates that he has hatred for someone because of where they come from. That's what racism is. It's unjustified hatred for someone just because they're different in a particular way. So if I felt like Jeremy Clarkson was racist and he did say it like that, like he shouted it out and had a cameraman, he was darkly skinned, then yeah, maybe I would feel a bit different, and that would indicate that he did have hatred. And then yeah, that's kind of a different discussion about whether a racist should have a job, but it's still just, you could still justify it. But just to say a word or to mumble a word and people to assume that means that he has this hatred, it's bizarre. It doesn't make sense.
The word racist is thrown around far too much, I think. I think you're right. But yeah, that's all. It's just an annoying... This is... Welcome to the British press, everyone.
And the American press as well.
Well, the Americans got... What?
Well, they do it as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just,
It's welcome to the press.
Yeah, the media. It's quite funny, because I think I mentioned it to you before, but I do have one video where I say the N-word outright. So let's hope no one finds that ever.
Look through, watch all of his videos, and you can find it.
You can find it, yeah.
This is a great way to get people to watch your videos.
That's right.
Watch all of them, and you can find it.
Yes, right. Only like almost 900 videos, you'll find it.
And if you do, you'll get a prize.
That's right.
To be decided.
I'll send you a burning cross through the post. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't. But
let's keep thinking.
Yeah, we can brainstorm this later. That's easy.
But anyway, yeah, that's it about that.
Yeah,
it's just annoying.
Yeah, we won't be having many race discussions on the podcast, luckily. But I brought it up because it was like video game related this time.
Yeah, mine wasn't. I'm sorry.
No, it's topical.
Yeah,
and we're very topical, I would say.
We are indeed.
Right, let's see. Oh, Curve Studios. Yeah. So, Curve Studios, who are an indie developer, but I think, yeah, they're still technically indie. Apparently they have 40 people at their studio, but I would still say that's indie. So you got Curve Studios, who make these like indie games like Stealth Inc. And recently they announced Stealth Inc. 2 as a Wii U exclusive, but even more interesting than that is this week they have complained about Microsoft and their policies. So remember how I was saying about the Rayman Legends, we're back to this, about how it didn't come out or it got delayed on Wii U because of Microsoft's crazy policy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Curve Studios complained directly about that policy, saying how it's really disappointing and irritating because they want to put their games on Xbox One, but because they've already come out on different consoles that aren't Microsoft, they can't do it. Microsoft will not allow them to release these games. So,
Well, at all.
apparently they're kind of trying to figure it out, but this policy is just like a major roadblock, which means they kind of have to try and negotiate with Microsoft to let them do it. Because pretty much, in case you don't know, Microsoft has a policy where you have to release a multi-platform game on the Xbox at the same time as any other platform. So it has to be the same time or earlier. So if you don't do that, then you can't release the game. And it's something I'm not sure if they brought it in during the 360 or at the beginning, but the 360 had it, and the Xbox One has had it, and it's just created all these horrible, problems. And now it's really awesome to see that Curve Studios, an actual video game developer, are directly criticizing Microsoft for doing this. Because they should have been doing this ages ago. Ubisoft should have done this.
Yeah, alright, Rayman Legends, okay.
No, it's a good point.
Has Xbox said anything back?
No, not really.
Oh. Well. How old is this? Did you think they will?
No. I think they'll just negotiate off screen. Because this sort of statement or Curve Studio saying this is just because they're a smaller team, they kind of speak their mind more. A big corporation doesn't. They just kind of have these media statements that they send out to the press, and it's all very official and nice. But with Curve Studios, they can just be a guy saying, yeah, we're trying to make our game on Xbox One, but we can't because Microsoft are just awful with their policies, and they're just messing us around and everything. So yeah,
well, good for them, but yeah, I don't think, well, are they saying this to get their game on there, or are they doing like a kind of sort of protest for other people as well?
I think it's just about their game, but they're not saying let's boycott Microsoft or let's do any action. They're just saying we're trying to go through this process, and it's just frustrating because the process is made harder due to their unnecessary policies.
Right, so they won't actually achieve anything.
No. But they might. It's just again, it's making people aware. Because they've had this policy for ages, and it caused the whole big Rayman Legends thing, but at the time nobody really talked about it. Everyone blamed Ubisoft. When Ubisoft should have turned around and blamed Microsoft, they should have pointed the finger because that's who to blame, but they didn't. And they I guess they didn't want to upset Microsoft. So just making people aware that this awful policy exists is kind of enough. So once people are aware of it, and then it starts to affect games directly, like Curve Studios and the games they're trying to put out, then people will care. So anyone talking about it is... Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I think... Well, that's it. People don't know. That's what happened with Rayman Legends, and people were so upset. Ubisoft fired their community manager because of it as well. And people were so upset towards Ubisoft that they had to put out that challenge app. And it was, massive, and... The things that got posted on that Facebook page were crazy, just horrible, horrible things. And I had a good laugh reading them, but it was wow, people are upset. So if people knew, people obviously have this anger for when games do get delayed and things do kind of get messed up, but they just directed it at the wrong people because it's Microsoft and they've done this for a while and they're still going to continue doing this unless people notice it.
I just think... if it's been this long, and it's been in practice, it's going to take something a bit more than this.
Sure, but every stepping stone there's a journey.
I want Curve? I want someone from Curve Studios to go and take... Who's head of Microsoft now?
Phil Spencer.
Phil Spencer hostage.
Oh God.
Do something that will get some action and some attention. There you go.
Well, I don't...
Shoot him.
No, don't. Well, let's not resort to murder.
Not with a gun.
Oh, okay.
You could shoot him with a spud gun. That is a gun.
That
But a safer gun.
still leave a bruise.
Yeah, well,
That's
it'll
pretty
leave an
brutal.
impression, you know.
Oh, yeah, but I don't think he's going to change.
Of a potato. Fair enough.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to help too much, I'm afraid.
Well, then what will?
I don't know,
All these little things building up, do you reckon?
Yeah, that's what I'm sticking with.
That's too slow.
No, come on. It takes time. You got to give it a chance.
Really? Well, when did they incorporate this policy? Do you know?
I think it's during the 360 days.
So should we say like a mid?
Yeah, we'll say mid. Because
Okay,
you can go back and see it. Like, no multi-platform game came out on the PS3 or Wii before the 360. Unless it was like GoldenEye Reloaded. But that was like, they reimagined the game and then put it out. And even then, the 360 and PS3 one came out on the same day.
Okay. So let's say it's been like 4 years then, alright?
Okay.
I think it's going to take another 4 years.
Well, I want to know what the benefit is of that policy. The benefit, I guess, is just the direct thing of, oh, you won't ever get screwed over by exclusives, even though, or you won't get screwed over by timed exclusives, even though you pay money to have the exact same timed exclusives.
You know what it is? I maybe a part of it is just Microsoft want to show dominance. They're like, this might not be that helpful, but we're going to make you do this because we can.
Oh, so it's not about helping their console. It's about, hey, we're not going to... No, you put the game out on the same day.
It's about showing who's boss.
Yeah.
Listen to us.
Phil Spencer.
Puny indie developers. Yeah, he's a really evil guy.
And Ubisoft as well.
But you just said that Ubisoft, it wasn't their fault.
Yeah, but they're also saying that to Ubisoft, is what I meant.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, exactly. They just squish them with a giant money corporate boot.
Yeah, that's why I don't like Microsoft. Their policies are so awful. Like, just so throwing money at companies to get these exclusives that don't really matter. But then if anyone else tries to do the same, they have policies, so they can't even release the game. It's not that they would try and figure it out. It's just, no, you can't, if you're going to do that, you can't release it at all. And it's not even about timed exclusives, because Microsoft throw money to do that. Some companies, like indie companies, they have resources, so they kind of have to put it out on one console, and then they kind of have to put it out on the Xbox One later, or that's like a real possibility where they might not be able to. And with more and more indie developers, rising up and people paying more attention to them, it just seems really harsh that it's like, okay, we're an indie developer, we want our game on every console, I guess we have to do the Xbox One first because we have to, because Microsoft are just forcing it upon us. We can't make that choice creatively, we just have to do it.
Well, then do you think maybe the thing that could change this is if some indie developer, or anyone just goes, right, fine then, and they call their bluff and they do it to PlayStation and it's a massive hit, and then Microsoft's like, damn.
Yeah, absolutely. And
right.
I think, I want to say that might have happened. It probably has already happened, I would think.
Imagine if Minecraft had been released the other way around, where it had been on PlayStation first. I think something like that, because Minecraft on Xbox is just absolutely massive. Something like that would really pack a punch.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that might be some of the reason why Minecraft came to 360 first, that policy. Or maybe Notch just was playing his PS3 and was like, this ain't great, I'll just go do Xbox.
Or maybe that, who knows?
It's like, The Last of Us is overrated, we'll go Xbox.
Crazy Norwegians? Is that maybe?
I would guess Sweden, but that's because DICE is in Sweden.
Oh, Swedish? Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, so there's big scene over there, maybe.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But no, so that's where it does actually affect games and gamers, and it has already, it's just nobody makes the connection like they should.
That's because people are dumb.
Oh, come on.
Including me.
Oh,
I've never cared about this. It's only you and your Rayman Legends.
Yeah, I do care, because it already affected me. I'm already a casualty of this evil policy.
You're like one of those soldiers, like, Oh, during NAMM. And then you got like his massive stories to tell. You're like, oh, during Rayman Legends. You weren't there, man. You didn't know.
There, man. I pre-ordered the basic premium pack, man.
You weren't there.
Game over,
That's
man.
exactly what you're like. That's you right now.
That's exactly what... Yeah,
Yep.
That's it. But let's move on. I'm not too sure what we need to talk about. There's 2 other stories, but I think we could probably like start wrapping up.
Do it.
What? Start wrapping up with the stories?
Oh yeah.
You can't just be like, yeah.
Well, be honest. How good are the stories?
Okay, well, we got a Mario Kart 8 Direct. Guess what? Mario Kart 8 still looks really good.
Wait, what game?
Mario Kart 8.
Oh, Mario Kart.
Yes.
I thought you said America.
America?
America.
I'd say it a little quick, but... So the only thing to be taken from that is that with every copy of Mario Kart 8 sold, you can download a free Wii U full retail title. So the Wind Waker, Pikmin 3, Game Wario.
Yeah, there's that really good bundle, isn't there?
Yeah, where you can just you can buy off Tesco. I think is the cheapest. It's £200 for premium Wii U Mario Kart 8, and because you get a copy of Mario Kart 8, you can then download a free copy of like Wind Waker, Pikmin 3, New Super Mario Bros. U, Game & Wario, Nintendo Land, Wonderful 101, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, and a couple more, I think.
Is the Wii U red?
No.
Oh, was that a special edition?
No.
I thought there was like a special red one.
There's a red Wii,
Yeah.
but there's no red Wii U yet.
Oh, no, right. Oh. Are you sure? I've seen a picture of it.
No, there's white and black.
It's like the Zelda one.
Zelda one's not red. That's black.
Yeah, but like a specially designed one.
Well, somebody might have spray painted one, but it's not a Wii U or an official Wii U.
Are you saying the internet is lying to me?
Sometimes it tells fibs.
Oh. Well, I'm sad now.
Yeah.
I thought it was red. And it looked cool.
You can make
Fine.
it red.
Yeah, I just give it a little bit of paint myself. It's fine.
But no, so this is it's just like a pack, as in like get on board with the Wii U because Mario Kart looks good. That's all it really is.
Yeah, and so you're paying very little, well not very little, but smaller amount for the console if you're getting 2 free games, because that's like 60 quid. So there you go.
Yeah, and I get the free game too because I've got it pre-ordered because it's any copy of Mario Kart 8, not just that bundle.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, I already owned owned most of those games, like New Super Mario Bros. U, Wind Waker. I've got Wonderful 101. I had Pikmin 3. I have but I can find something. I'll take it for free.
Yeah. There is a red Wii U.
No, there's not.
There is. I've just googled it. All right.
Okay.
Oh wait, no.
Yes.
What is this picture showing me? It's got a red steering wheel.
Yeah.
No, the gamepad. It's got like M's on it and stuff.
Yeah, the gamepad. It's a thing that you snap onto it.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Oh yeah. The gamepad itself is normal. You just snap the thing on.
Or is it? Maybe that's a good thing. What if you don't want Mario Kart all the time?
Well, then you can take it off and you're good to go to play Zelda.
Maybe that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about this now.
Sad.
Yeah, let's just go with sad.
Empty.
I haven't even got a Wii U, so I don't care.
Well, hello. Pre-order one. Pretty good deal.
Yeah.
You can join the winning team.
Yeah, I'll just stick to Bioshock.
PS4.
For the time being. No, just Bioshock will do.
Oh, okay.
PS3.
Damn.
I'm good.
Okay, so that's that nailed. And then the other one is about Nintendo patenting a handheld with swappable buttons, but they haven't announced it, so whatever, really.
Buttons.
Yeah, it's on the way.
No buttons. Woo. Thumbsticks and other such things.
Yeah, let's end this off, I think.
Why is it buttons, man?
You can't just say buttons and call it a podcast. It doesn't work that way.
Oh.
Buttons.
Look out for the buttons.
Buttons.
Swappable buttons coming soon, maybe.
Hopefully not.
No.
Okay, so coming out next week, the only thing is Bound by Flame, which looks to be the first shovelware game on the next generation console, so that's good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Bound by Flame.
It's one of those games where you just look at the cover and you know it's not good.
I've got to see the cover now. Bound. I like the name.
You just know that's not a hit. There's nothing that screams it could become iconic by the cover of Bound by Flame.
Is it like a sort of generic fantasy thing?
Yeah. There's no way. Like even like you got Dark Souls, which has the fantasy cover, but even that is like there's something about it. I'm not an artist, so I don't know, but there's something good about it. But Bound by Flame, no.
Enjoy your orcs and goblins.
I love me orcs and goblins.
And other such stuff.
Skellymans.
Skellingtons. Yeah.
Okay, well that's all that's coming out. So, what's going on with your channel this week?
We are reaching the transitional phase.
Ooh.
Which I don't really like. It's nice when you get into a nice swing of things. But, yeah, everything's ending now, so I'm going to start getting some new stuff. Our Let's Play finished.
Oh.
Of Ratchet and Clank, all for one.
That's true.
That was good.
Good times.
31 parts. 31 parts of gold.
Jesus.
What else is there?
Jack and Daxter finished?
That finished. That's gone. Oh, crap. Did we... We won't discuss it now, it's too late, but did we talk about Star Wars in the previous podcast?
No.
Oh, because the cast was announced.
Yeah, I intentionally didn't bring it up.
Oh, alright, fine. I won't get into it.
We can talk about it next week, though, because there'll probably be more Star Wars news next week, but...
But it's May the 4th, Tom!
No, boo! I don't care!
May the 4th!
I'm not...
Oh, whatever. Okay, right. Yes, back to me. So, yeah, both those ended. So... it'll just be Minecraft for a little bit, and I want to do some Spelunky episodes.
Oh,
have you heard of Spelunky?
I have.
I've been playing it. I'm really bad, really bad. But it's a fun little game, and it's good just to pick up and play. And there's some good little daily challenges, and so I might do a few of those just to fill the gap. But before a Let's Play actually starts up, which will be Secret of Monkey Island 2: LeChuck's Revenge.
Well, you got to fill in that void that will be left by All for One ending.
Yes,
it's almost
a
like
void in my heart.
You can hear a million cries be instantly silenced.
Of Susie.
A million Susies are instantly silenced.
For Susie. But that's it, really. Yeah.
Well, for me, it's just Red Dead Redemption and Super Mario Sunshine. So, same old, until I can get back home.
Red Dead Redemption. I've got a few bones to pick with you.
Well, we'll see you next week, guys. This has been fun.
I've only got one bone to pick with you.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what it is. I'm a left-hander.
Huh?
I'm a left-hander.
Oh, what?
And I mean, if I was a cowboy, I could still be a cowboy.
Nah.
I'm not stupid.
Wait, so what exactly did I say? I can't remember.
You were switching around the angle you could shoot at.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, this is good. So if you want to shoot this way, like if you're stupid or left-handed. So left-handed people equal stupid people.
No, they're two separate camps. The stupid and the left-handed.
No, you listen back. You phrased it incorrectly. And also, I wouldn't like to ride in a wagon with you.
Why not?
Certainly not, because you're shortcuts.
Look, I genuinely did not think that would happen.
Really?
Well, I thought
driving off the side of a cliff.
Well, it's like when you play GTA or any open world game with cars, that works out. Like, you might flip.
But you're not in a car.
I know, but you kind of think open world, I'll take a shortcut, and in a car it's fine. But in Red Dead, your horse just falls down and is upset, and you're like,
and you kill Bonnie.
And Bonnie dies for no reason.
You kill Bonnie.
Bonnie, yeah, she had to go down with the ship, I'm afraid.
Poor Bonnie. She saved you, and that's how you repay her.
Oh yeah, got to.
But yeah, just you be careful of those left-handers, because one day someone with a pair of left-handed scissors might come and have an accident.
Well, they are stupid, so they probably will.
Okay, right. Should we end the podcast then?
We should.
Good.
One more quick thing. There might not be one next week because On May the 12th, I have my final exam in the morning. So I have to spend Sunday night preparing for that, and that's when we usually record, so there might not be one. There might be, but there's a chance.
Well, in the place where there would usually be one, just think of how hard Tom will be working, revising,
sweating, just come on.
Got to get those grades. So, and if you're not doing any work, let that comfort you.
Yeah.
In a rather mean way.
But it's also on May 12th is my birthday, so yeah.
Yeah, definitely don't want to do a podcast then.
I guess so.
No.
Maybe it'll be a day late and we'll do it Monday night when I'm pissed out of my head.
That would be Disaster Cast 3.
Yes. The pissening.
I can't wait.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah.
Oh, well, either way, I want to say thank you to ProtoMario for joining us. He hasn't been here for the last half an hour, but it's always a pleasure to have Proto on.
I'm sure he's saying thank you. It's been great. It's been a pleasure. You've been wonderful.
Probably. And probably talking about hand jobs on his stream right now. God.
I'm heading there right now after this podcast.
God bless him. And also, thank you to you, Mr. McLuckable, for joining me.
Thank you.
And we will see you next week, maybe.
See ya.